Owners, my name is Jason Littrell from Kinetic Management System, and I just want to give you like a just really quick, brief overview of how to use OpenAI, ChatGPT to help you with your business. There's nothing, I'm not selling anything here. This is what I do with my brick and mortar restaurant clients. It's pretty straightforward. The object of the game is to get the maximum amount of productivity out of yourself and out of your team as possible, because it is hard enough to own a food truck. I mean, there's just so much to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste the stuff that I already posted in the group right here. And I'm going to say that I'm just basically going to create a new brand here. And I'm just going to copy and paste that prompt I put in there. And I'm going to put a little bit of sauce on it. Food expertise, 25 years of marketing, sales, and operations expertise. Ask me 20 multiple. Okay, so let's just get started with this basic prompt. The object of the game is to give it as much context as possible. So you're telling it what it knows, and then it can respond based on, and it can create responses based on what it understands about you. So if it doesn't know who you are, it's garbage in, garbage out. So what stage of the food truck? I'm still an idea. Let's see here. Yeah. So A. So I would answer just like A, but this is much easier than just looking at a blank screen. And then you've already given it a little bit more information, and it's just going to keep on going down the line, asking you questions to help it understand your business. So let's say, let's see here, E, or let's do D, but I really want to make northern burritos, northern Mexico style burritos. So I'll go through these questions so you don't have to watch me do this, but just so you understand, like this, you're giving it inputs, you're giving it information so that so it really understands what you're trying to accomplish. We want to do full season operation. All right, still figuring that out. All right, so you're not giving it a non-answer. Hold on a second. I'm going to zip through and unpause when I get to the end of it. All right, so this is a fantastic question. So like this is like outlines of what your actual objectives are. So let's say we want to build a cult-like following. We want to be like Jon Favreau in the movie Chef, and we want to have this like cult-like following and have people just follow you wherever you go. Okay, so I've gone through all the 20 questions, and I gave kind of generic answers, as in if I'm in startup mode, as in if I don't have a truck, I don't have any money, etc. And so this is kind of the understanding that it gets about me. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is it's going to ask you if you would like suggestions on where you want to go from here. But we're going to do something a little bit different here. So we're going to create a new project, and we're going to do food truck demo, GPT demo, just so I can kind of organize this, because what it's doing is it's collecting macro memories. It's collecting memories of everything that I ask about, and I ask about all kinds of things. So these are the various different projects, clients, and businesses that I work on. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to add, what are some good instructions for the project profile for this business? And it's going to give us the content that we need to actually give the entire project folder more detail. And the reason for that is I'm going to show you in just a second. And so these are based on the questions and the answers that I provided. It's saying that these are the values and the brand necessities that we're talking about to help it understand how to make decisions and give you the content that you need for all of the parameters that you put in. Just going to copy and paste that whole prompt that I put out there, and then we're going to put this into the in the add instructions, and we're going to give the GPT all the instructions that it would possibly need to make informed decisions and give you the correct content based on what you've already told it. And so it goes about targeting. So this is when it really gets wild. Okay, now I need a marketing assistant to help me with daily Instagram content. And so it's going under the context of everything that it understands about what's happening in this folder. And so It's going to say that like these are all the different things you should think about. These are all the different stuff. But more importantly, it gives you different topics of things to do. And so we're going to get to the point where it's like where you're like, oh my god, okay, well, I have an event. What should I be doing today? And so you don't have to think about that anymore. So you just go into a day by day thing and say like, this is what I want to accomplish today. So just tell me what to do today. Like you're hiring an employee. The CEOs that are the best in the world, they hire people that know more than them. So what we're doing is we're basically having them know more than us. Okay, it's a beautiful day outside. What should I post about? And then it's going to tell you what the post is, and it'll give you some ideas. Having it go through a bunch of different options, I'm just going to say let's do the first one. So let's do a photo, image, and copy from option 1, and it'll start to generate this stuff for you. So if you had if you have a logo already, then you just add it right here, and then it would literally make a post based on your logo colors, the vibe, and everything it already knows about you. I've been working on this for like 7 or 8 minutes now, and this is an image post that it gave to me. I would, if it only gave me this option, I would say let's do this again, no text. If you don't have foil wrapping, do paper wrapping. If you're like, if there's any other parameters, or if you actually have your own food shots, give it more context. Tell it more about what your product actually looks like, and it'll start to understand that in a much more significant way. But notice this is a photorealistic image, and it's based in New York City. Which is what it already knows about me, that I'm based in New York City. So this looks like a scene out of Central Park. But let's say we like this response, and then you've just given it a little bit more training, and then let's say what is the text and hashtags for this post. And so again, this is just focused on marketing, but it applies to basically to sales, marketing, operations, the whole thing. And so it just writes out this copy based on what it knows about your business. And then these are the hashtags that people probably already like. They may not be your hashtag specifically, but it does give you some relevant stuff. So let's say here, okay, all right, this looks good. Or tell it what you want differently. Tell it that it's the burrito isn't big enough. Tell it that the hand should be brown. Like you can do whatever you want. Again, the more context you give it, the better. Like especially with pictures, you can also load up entire documents. But let's just say this looks good. I'd like this as a blog post, please. And then it'll turn that into a blog post because it's referencing the previous picture. And so you can spin it into as many different things as you want. Now, it knows something about me. It knows stuff about me that, and I've uploaded many, many different samples of my writing, of my actual writing, and without the assistance of AI. So it knows things about me that I would say that it doesn't normally know. So if you have like emails or transcripts from phone calls or anything like that you have, or videos that you've already done, put the transcript in here, and it'll start to write as the way that you would say. But this is just the very, very basics, the very beginning of this. But this is work that agencies would have to do, and so it's like if you're spending like 10 or 15 minutes just giving it your brand voice, that's still going to be more efficient than paying agencies. Honestly, this is work that I used to do a couple of years ago, but I don't have to do it anymore because this stuff exists. So let's make one more image just so you can see. I want a superhero image of a customer enjoying my burrito. And then off it goes, and it's just going to start making that image. So marketing is the low-hanging fruit. Marketing is the very simplest thing that you can do to leverage AI and automation. Or I'm sorry, leverage AI. My company, we do AI plus automation, and we put this into a whole back-end system. But if you're interested in that, let me know. Otherwise, this is stuff that you could do today. This is a pro account. I think I pay $20 a month for this plus a little bit of usage, but it's like child's play compared to what I would have paid for an agency to do this for me. And voila, like magic, based on the context that we've given it, it knows more. It gives us a superhero image of a customer enjoying our product, which makes the customer the hero, which is strategically what you want to do. Like we want people to feel like they are winning by buying stuff from you. I'll put all this in the chat. And, again, if you have any questions, just be sure to let me know. I'm happy to help. Thanks.